Good morning everyone and welcome back to the plot. It's a roasting hot day today, so I'm not going to be up here doing too much. Basically I've just come up to water a few things and pick some peas, but I'll give you a quick look around while I'm at it, see what the state of things are at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to need to come up during the week after work sometime and get some work done, but let me swing a camera around and I'll show you quickly around the plot. Okay, the first thing that I noticed when I look down here, apart from all the grass needs cut, man, I'm having to cut this grass every week now, but from up there I could spot glistening on these leaves, and if you can just see there, I don't know whether you can see that, there's a trail of a snail. So this, wow, that's been decimated again. Okay, so I'm going to need to do something about this. In fact, there's one of the little buggers right there. So actually, if I look down here, I can see snail trails on the netting. But let's just get this one. Whoa, well, I spot him. There he is. There he goes. So I do have more plastic to make bigger hoops. But my aim really is to get all this grass trimmed right down, so hopefully the sun will keep it trimmed down. This net here, you can see again, I don't know whether you can see that on the camera, but there's more snail slime there, and I can see the snail slime all over there. These have got to seed, so they're coming out anyway. Same with some of the, in fact it looks like everything's going to seed in here apart from the beetroots. So yeah, a lot of that's coming out. I'm going to take some of that chard, we're going to have some of that tonight with our chicken and pasta. This is the Crown Prince squash, and it looks like we've got a little fruit forming there, so that'll be good. These peas are looking dreadful actually. I don't know whether it's the sun that's killing them off or what. But I'm going to take as much as I can off these today before I leave. Yeah, that's strange, it's only been hot this week. And it rained really heavy the previous weeks, so that's strange that. Nasturtiums, a couple there, why not? Tomatoes, well we've got tomatoes on the tomato plants. These are the ones that's going to get washed. I'm going to water and feed these today. The tomatoes, the peppers, these are all going to get watered and fed. These are looking good now. They've certainly perked up since I put this cover around them and we've had the sunshine. So we've got flowers on them now, so it shouldn't be too long before we get some fruit. Don't know whether you can see that, but we've got a couple of little small peppers on that one. That's a King of the North, I think. Let's see, oh, weeds are taking over in here as well. Certainly not on, I think carrots are a dead loss this year for some reason. I cannot see any carrots there. Plenty of weed though. Might need to rethink this. This are blueberries. We've got, somebody's been eating them, it's been nicking all the blueberries. But we've got some. I'll see if I can bindweed, 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 bindweed. Hate the stuff. It just wraps around everything. So yeah, they'll need weeded, but I'm not doing that today. It's far too warm today to do that. Excuse me, it's far too warm today to do that. These sweet peas are finally coming good. These are cherry tomatoes. These are my red pear. Finally got some marigolds as well. The strawberries are a bit of a dead loss behind there. There's a Crown Prince squash. There was a little fruit on this last time I saw, I think. Yeah. So I've got something on there. Strawberries, yeah, everything's eating them apart from me. As you can see, dreaded slug trails again. And that's probably ants or something, or could be slugs. Hard to say. The beans are doing well. They're all latched onto their poles now, as is those beans over there. These potatoes are doing okay apart from that one bucket, which is looking a bit sad for itself. Still, we might get something in there. There might be something at the bottom. Just nip these flowers off. So this is where the onions were, and yeah, you know, they were a disaster. This is another Crown Prince squash, and it's been slugged again. So yeah, even in all this heat, the slugs are still coming out at night time and eating what they can. These are doing well and climbing well. So I don't know whether these will need a drink. Well, I've got the energy, I'll give them a drink as well. Got a few flowers on, but they're a bit low down for flowers at the minute. These I am going to get rid of these. I'm going to give these away. I'm not really a big fan of gooseberries anyway, but yeah, I'll give them away. These raspberries, these are great. But they're just beginning to get the fruit set on them now. So these are autumn fruit and raspberries, so that's not a problem. So I'm going to put the camera down. So we've got a gladioli as well. Hope you can see that. It's very difficult. I can't really see the screen very much on the phone because the sun's so bright. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera down and I'm going to start watering everything. Start with the tomatoes. Came round to water my tomatoes and I spotted this little chap hiding. Not sure whether you can see that. So I don't know what to do about them. I'll put something in, see if we can climb out, because I've got to get some water in there. Well, I managed to get the lizard out of the tomato halo. I hope I've done the right thing. But I've just watered these chilies. These are the ones that I'm doing as a challenge with my twin sister. We'll call them Gourmet's chilies. And there is the first contender. That's what you're looking for, Dolores. Chilies of that length, that size, that shape. So that's the first one in the bag. And plenty of flowers coming on. So I'm quite pleased about this surround that I've made. It's open air to allow the pollinators in. But it still gives some protection against the bad weather we had at the time. So I'm going to put the camera down and I'm going to quickly weed this. Then I'm going to do the peas. I'm going to pick the peas. No, I'm not. I'm going to water the squashes. Then I'm going to pick the peas. Then I'm going home for some lunch. because it's far too hot. Well, let me quickly show you what I've got before I leave. So I picked some of the Swiss chard. Let's stand out the sun. We'll have this tonight with some pasta and chicken, and I have picked half a bag of peas. There's still loads on the plant, but it is just far too hot. I'll come up during the week and pick some more. I'm going to give that some water before I go. I'm basically doing the last things before I go. It is just far too hot to work. Well, here we are back at the plot. I decided to change this netting. As you can see, the previous frame for the net was too small, and the slugs were climbing, the plants were touching the net, and the slugs were just climbing over the plants and grazing through the net. So I've seen a lot of cabbage white butterflies out today, so get this on, it should protect them, no problem. This one, I think I might take that little broccoli, take that home. If I don't, it's just going to go to seed. Other things I've done today, I've grabbed some kale, all the moth-eaten ones the rabbits can have, but we'll have all the good stuff. And I've also got a bag of peas. Oh! Now some of these have dried or partially dried. I'll be keeping some of the dried ones for next year's seed. But there's loads here. Partially dry ones. Well, I'll dry them out and rehydrate them and use them, hopefully. There's still plenty of fresh ones. So yeah, that's take the whole of this evening to do them. But yeah, things are just grown crazy. Mostly all the weeds have just grown crazy. I've spun round. It could do with a tidy up. Things are getting out of control. It's getting out of control in that corner over there. I have chopped a few things back. But there you go, there's my first Crown Prince squash. The tomatoes are doing okay. These are bush tomatoes. It's a little fly hovering around me. Marigolds are looking nice. Took a while for them to appear, but they're looking nice. These are the bolotti beans, and we've actually got bolotti beans on them already. I don't know whether to keep them there or whether to take them off and let the plants grow more. I really don't know. So yeah, there's a few bolotti beans. There's one down there as well. So they're doing okay. This is where the onions were. Needs weeded. You can see some of the brambles that I've cut back, some of the longer brambles. Leeks. They're still there. The last time I was up I caught a slug crawling up one. The slugs and snails are still out in force. I don't know whether you saw when I was putting the netting up that every now and again I'd throw something out. That has to be a slug or a snail that ends up over the perimeter wall. The French climbing beans are doing rather well. These are getting quite tall now. And come the weekend, the ones that reach the top, I'll nip out the growing buds and see if it makes them a little more bushy. We are getting some nice purple flowers on them. So they're doing quite well. This area, it's too hot to do it at the minute, but this area needs trim back. And yeah, raspberries, we're actually getting some raspberries on. There's one there. See if there's any ripe ones. These are still a bit unripe. There's a cabbage white that was on here. No, I can't see any ripe ones at the minute. Who knows, maybe next weekend. But that's it. It is very hot today, as you can see. The peas are almost all died back now. I've got the last line to pick. I don't have any more room in my bag. If I put any more peas in that, I think the bag's going to bust. But the sweet peas are doing well. These are really nice. Several different colours. But these are the seed pods from ones that have flowered. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until, I don't know whether you can see that, the seeds in the seed pod. I'm going to wait until the seeds are fully formed, then I'll take the seed pods off, harvest some seeds and keep some seeds for next year and have a better display next year. Parsnips are still trying their best. I think that's still a parsnip there. I caught on video a wild trap camera. I caught a fox running through here, and I think that's why these ones have gone. I think the fox has been using this as a shortcut. So it could be Mr. Fox has been trampling the parsnips, but the others look good.